Welcome back to Going Walkabout. From the origins of man to the oracles that predicted the future, we have all been enchanted with the allure of ancient Greece. And for good reason. Where else can you view antiquities in the morning and then sunbathe on the flawless beaches in the afternoon? Greece, an ancient land that beckons all of us as the birthplace of advanced civilization since 3200 BC. In this video, we'll show you our trip to Greece, exploring Athens and 3 of the Greek islands. We'll point out over 10 key things you should know before you come to these turquoise shores, so that you can truly enjoy this landmark destination. We'll start our journey in Athens, the capital of the country, and the birthplace of Greece. Athens is also the easiest destination to start your tour of Greece, as you can easily get ferries and flights from here. We highly recommend you stay at least 5 days and 4 nights in Athens. This will give you time to get acclimated and to see some of the key sites in the city. Greece is part of the European Economic Community, and as such, there's no need to worry about money. They use the euro, and electricity-wise, they use the same adapters as the other European countries, which is a 2-prong adapter plug. Another key tip is pack light. Don't take more than an overnight bag. You'll thank me for this one. With all the transfers from ferries to planes, your back will thank you too. Getting a hotel in the Old Town area of Athens is a good start to your Greek journey. The nice thing about Old Town Athens is you can walk out the door of the hotel and be in the thick of things. Plus, it easily allows you to get to many of the key sites that you'll want to enjoy in the city. Our choice for hotel in Athens was the Electra, which had a great rooftop bar and restaurant that we took advantage of nightly. They also served breakfast daily, and the location they served from was jaw-dropping. Key sites to see in Athens will take a full 4 days. The Acropolis has its own museum, which is well worth a few hours of time to explore. Many statues that are no longer outdoors are housed here. Then there is the Acropolis and the Parthenon. You can do a self-guided tour and just enjoy the scale and grandeur of it all. We also highly recommend the National Archaeological Museum. Again, depending on your appetite for antiquities, it could be an all-day affair. The museum houses Greek artifacts that can literally blow your mind. Jewelry so fine and delicate. Statues that look so real you think they're going to spring to life. Paintings, glassware, you get the idea. While in the Old Town area, you won't want to miss Syntagma Square. If you are lucky, as we were, you may even get to see the Greek military marching, the spectacle enhanced by their unique uniforms. Lastly, while in Athens, make sure you have time to just wander around and take the city in. The Old Town has great cobblestone streets just waiting to be explored under the ever-watchful eye of the Parthenon. Next stop, Crete. We recommend that you fly to Crete, as it is the island that is the furthest out from the Greek mainland. From here, you can work your way back to Athens via ferries while visiting more islands. Greece has over 6,000 islands, with over 200 being inhabited. Crete is the largest of all the Greek islands. Flying in, the coastline looks just like a map from above, landing in the largest city in Crete, Heraclion. We stayed in a hotel in the older part of town, which allowed us to take daily walks around the key tourist areas. We highly recommend visiting the Heraclion Archaeology Museum while in Crete. We found that it had many things the Athens Museum did not. The painted pots really enchanted me. You could see where seafood was a huge part of their culture. The museum also has sculptures and statues to study, as well as wall art and jewelry. After all the museums, we were hungry, and we found a great place to eat right on the ocean boardwalk, and liked it so much we literally ate there for the whole time we were in Crete, which was 5 days. Our nightly entertainment being the waiters, who dodged traffic so they could deliver their fresh hot meals across the motorway. The other thing you won't want to miss while in Crete is the Palace of Knossos, dating back to 1900 BC. Knossos was built by the Minoan civilization. You can get a bus or a taxi there easily from Heraclion. Situated with mountains surrounding it, Knossos is a feast for the eyes and a wonder for the mind. The palace complex is large, so plan on a half day to walk around and drink in the antiquity and the architecture. As nice as Knossos is, our favorite place on Crete was Chania, which is about a 2-hour drive from Heraclion. We rented a car and had an adventure as we did not have GPS and could not read Greek road signs. Nonetheless, we finally found Chania, which was well worth the effort. Chania is known for its 14th century Venetian harbor, which plays host to an abundance of great restaurants, shops, and lovely back alleyways. However, our goal was to see the beach where Zorba the Greek was filmed, that was supposed to be near Chania, Zorba being my dad's favorite movie. We not only found the beach, but were able to take a break from driving and dig into a wonderful Greek lunch of prawns and chips. Crete ended up being a great way to wade into the Aegean Sea and the perfect jumping off spot to see the other Greek islands. Next stop, Santorini by ferry. Santorini is consistently voted the most popular Greek island. The island was once a volcano. After a cataclysmic explosion, all that was left was the outer ring of the island. The word scenic does not do justice to a description for the beauty that is Santorini. We traveled to Santorini by ferry, and I was delighted to see how beautiful the ferries were. You can buy a first-class seat, however, second class was fine for us. And ferry food is excellent, so no need to worry if you don't have time to catch a bite to eat before you board. This also showed me why it's so important to just have a carry-on bag. Getting on and off the ferries would be very difficult with anything more than an overnight bag. As you come into the island bay, you'll see cliffs that look like they are covered with snow. Look again, they are actually the white homes built into the cliffs. Place to stay on Santorini is Oia, about a 45-minute taxi ride from the port. We got a cliff house there for 3 nights. It proved to be a great location to explore the town and watch the sunsets. In peak season, Santorini is crowded, really crowded. As the island is small and there are a few main attractions, it can get very congested. We found ourselves spending a lot of time in our cave home, especially on the patio, watching the cruise ships come into the bay and knocking back some Greek beers in the evening. The crowds persist all day, however, grow in the evening when everyone comes to Oia for the sunset. Our time in Oia was spent taking photos and swimming in the sea just below our cave home, which ended up being the most pleasant way to enjoy our stay. Our last stop for our Greek adventure was the island of Mykonos. We took the ferry from Santorini to Mykonos, which allowed us to view many of the other islands during the trip. Mykonos was a sleepy island until the jet-setter crowd deemed it to be a party place, transforming from a quiet fishing village to party central. We stayed at a hotel just out of town, and we were glad we did. The place was quiet and much more our speed. During the day, we would wander the narrow lanes of Mykonos, which is fun. However, many of the old homes have been converted into bars or upmarket shops, so not the authentic Greek village that it used to be. The highlights of our days was getting lost in the cobblestone lanes and finally getting to the top of a hill that the houses were on. The view from the top was a great payout for our effort. I was glad we only planned on 3 nights and 2 full days in Mykonos. Before we knew it, we were back on the ferry for our final leg back to Athens and then home. We had one final night in Athens before we flew home. Upon reflection, we both agreed Crete was our favorite place, one we would go back to. I hope these tips will help you have a successful trip to Greece. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the video, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, or better yet, subscribe. There will be more videos to come. Cheers!